Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another session of Great Minds Minis. I'm Darren Adair with American Hospitality Consulting. And joining me today, I have Doug Rixmann from OwlOps. Doug, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks, Darren.
Well, thanks for joining us today. I'm really looking forward to learning a little bit more about OwlOps and sharing it with our Great Minds group. So I'd like to start off why don't you tell us a little bit, what is OwlOps?
All right. So OwlOps is it's a software built for quick service and actually all types of restaurants, specifically multi-unit owners, operators. And it just helps them keep track of tasks, maintenance, IT issues, just the things that are needed, all those little things that go on in the day-to-day that are often like text message, emails, napkins slid under the door. This is a great way to communicate and keep accountable to making sure that those things get done.
Makes sense. With all the changes going on right now, it sounds like it's definitely something that's needed. So how did you get into this? Why did you create OwlOps in the first place?
Yeah, so I guess it was about 11 years ago. My brother, who's a Tim Hortons franchisee, and I grew up in the Tim Hortons world as well. But he has 5 restaurants, or had 5. I think he's at 6 now. Called up and he was like, "There's got to be a better way." Great team, had great managers, a great maintenance guy that was just running all over the place, getting stuff done, but there was always dropping the ball on certain little things. So he was like, yeah, I have a background in computer science. I did a lot of work with point of sale development and that back in the day. And he was just asking, what's out there. And we looked and we couldn't really find anything that was kind of suited for our environment.
Right.
Fast pace, something that's easy, something that's real easy to set up and go. And so I thought, well, I can just make something for you. And so I did 11 years ago. And then we kept on kicking ourselves going, hey, why don't we bring this to market and share it? And then finally, a bunch of people kept bugging us saying, hey, we want this too. We want this too. And so we brought it to market. I think it was in 2014. And yeah, so that's where it started. It started from restaurants. It's built by people that know and understand restaurants, and it has evolved a lot because of the input from other restaurateurs and our customers. So great, real simple tool to just help people get more done.
Nice. When you were mentioning earlier the napkins and all that kind of, I can visualize some of the old offices in my old restaurants where there was, you get the Post-it notes all over the place, and somebody's, I put a note in the office, and it's like, it's not there because it fell off and it's lying on the floor somewhere. So
yeah, or when you're leaving at the end of the day and someone yells over the counter and says, hey, we ran out of Band-Aids today.
Yep.
And oh yeah, I'll remember that. And then you get to your car, you forget it, and 2 days later, hey, did you get those Band-Aids? Or deposit slips, where, or
yeah, no,
whatever. I mean,
I'm getting flashbacks now. It's too many bad memories. I mean,
you want to go scream in the walk-in cooler? Or?
It's exact. Yeah, no, I've never done that before. No, I mean, it just all those things are they happen all the time. So having a tool that would help with that makes perfect sense. So you've been doing this for, you said, over 11 years. What have you learned? Like, if you've learned anything from the restaurants that are working with OwlOps, or anything you'd like to share?
Yeah, well, I guess the number one thing off the top of my head is ice makers are a pain in the butt. They're continually having, I think it's one of the top pieces of equipment, but we can see in the data, icy machines at Tim Hortons. We can see that fryers and broilers at Burger Kings and McDonald's are a little bit of pain points. And some of those make a lot of sense because they're the most used piece of equipment. The one interesting thing that I see that's kind of a little bit aside from what we do is that everybody uses and operates slightly different. There's lots of good practices for restaurants, but depending on your or demographic that you serve, or whether you're all drive-through or whether you're more in an urban or a rural setting, everyone operates slightly differently. Some people have internal maintenance teams. Some people rely totally on the others. The neat thing is with our system, people use it entirely differently. Some people, they need help with maintenance. Other people, they need help with IT. Other people, they just want a way of communicating better. And so people use it differently. There's no right or wrong way. But yeah, just restaurants are kind of unique. We all know that because we're from that industry.
That's right.
We're all a unique blend, but it's very interesting to see, and it's kind of neat to be able to bring things in. And we like to engage with our customers too, to have that relationship. And so if we're having that conversation, we can also say, hey, well, I know of another guy that has done this.
Right.
And so helping out. So it's kind of neat being in the middle and being involved in all those different areas. So if somebody does say, hey, I'm really having a struggle with, checklists, or, the Stereotech audits, or whatever, we can kind of help them along the line of, well, another group is doing it this way.
Right.
And it may or may not work for you, but it's at least we're able to provide a little bit of that knowledge back and forth. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, and I know people are using it because you posted a little while ago that you hit what I think is a pretty big milestone. You want to share what that is?
Yeah, well, I mean, we've just got up past 2,500 restaurants using it on a daily basis, and I think the milestone that you're talking about is our million tasks, and
Yep.
yeah, we got past 1,000,000 tasks, which is great because what we've seen is from industry numbers that when you're using a system like ours, that it can reduce the time that those tasks are outstanding by about half.
Wow.
So things that typically would take 4 days are now taking 2 days to be completed, and just less follow-up and stuff. So even if you just took it at that 2 days, we've saved 2 million days worth of effort. So we like to
That's
look at
awesome.
it like that.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
I mean, time is important.
Hmm.
We like to think that, the manager who's, dealing with the customer, dealing with the person who phoned in sick, dealing with whatever, we want to take things off their plate and just allow them to put it once into a system, set it and forget it. As was it George Foreman used to, was George,
Run Popeil.
anyway, there you go, Popeil. And just allow them to get on with their day with the confidence that things are going to get done.
Right.
And that's how we help. So yeah, 2 million days, whatever that number is, but we've definitely saved a lot of time.
And I'm sure money too, because every day that a piece of equipment is not working for you, that's lost sales, it's frustrated guests and all that kind of stuff. So it all ties in together. So you're saving them time and money.
Oh, for sure. And the frustration of I got to call them again to get, whether it's Band-Aids or a new overlay for the membrane on one of your machines, whichever it is.
Right.
Frustration breeds, and then it boils over. And we're trying to get less people going into the walk-in cooler screaming. How about that?
Yes. Yeah. That's a whole different
Serenity
conversation.
now. Serenity now.
So if people want to sign up with OwlOps or are interested in learning more, what should they do?
Yeah, so just hop on our website, www.owlops.com, or shoot an email to sales@owlops.com, or I believe, reach out directly to either yourself or myself, and we'll point you in the right direction for next steps. There's a free trial on there, and we work with you during the free trial to make sure that it fits for you guys. And for whoever's using it, because
Right.
like I said, every group does things differently, and we believe that we're very configurable and customizable, and we've got a bit of know-how on the restaurant side and can offer some assistance. So but it is, all that said, it is super easy. We've seen people with 20 locations up and running in one night, and just
Awesome.
going, and the next day their managers just grab hold of it, and rather than using text and email, they start using this, and it's not life changing, I wouldn't say, but it is in the business
Simplifying.
world. It simplifies the way that, and makes sure that follow-up doesn't have to happen nonstop.
Right.
So
Awesome.
yeah.
That's great. Well, guys, like Doug said, if you're interested, owlops.com, or you can reach out to myself through LinkedIn or at greatmindsessions@gmail.com, or reach out to Doug, and I'm sure he'd be more than happy to to chat with you. Doug, thank you very much for your time today. I really appreciate it. And all the best for you and OwlOps.
Thank you for having me, and the Great Mind sessions are awesome.
Thank you.
I love being involved, and yeah, keep at it.
All right. Take care.
Thanks, Darren.
Thank you.